Let me just say that in a long history of making stupid things, this is probably the stupidest thing that I've ever done. Long story short, I was working on another project, which is a vampire hand puppet musical. I know what you're thinking, another one. And I realized, I want to use a lot of physics stuff in this game. And I hadn't used the physics system in Game Maker before. So I was like, I should do a smaller project first to learn how to use some of those systems. And so I came up with this little idea about this character who uses the power of his poop to launch himself into the air. Now, the art for the character currently is sort of this flat style animation, because that's what I was, that's what I am using for this other project about the vampire hand puppets. And I didn't really know what this game was going to look like when I started, but I obviously kind of like leaned into the meme aesthetic. So I'm mostly using just like, I mean, almost entirely using just straight ripped PNGs from the internet of various popular. We got Hong Kong Pepe here. So it doesn't fit anymore at all with the same style. So I'll be changing that probably before the final release. But yeah, I do kind of like this style. I don't think it looks quite enough like a middle finger. Like it looks like vaguely like a penis. It's definitely phallic in nature, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't want it to also not read as a middle finger at all. So you see, okay, so our basic controls here, right? So it's only 3 buttons. So you have left and right, which moves your middle finger, which gives you momentum in the direction that you're going, but you're also affected by physics as you go. So you have kind of like a loose control over your character, and then you're being propelled for a limited amount of time by your poop. And so every time that you touch the ground, you refresh your poop ability. And so if you launch from the ground, then you see kind of that like fart animation. The particle effects I'm also not super happy with. I found it difficult to use the particle system in the way that I wanted to, because if you can see from the map here, I don't know if this is spoilers, but I mean, who cares? How many, like 6 people are going to try this? What was I even going to say? Oh, right. So you can see it's pretty tall, right? Because it's like a mountain that you're going up. And which creates a problem for using particle effects, because originally I had wanted to do the kind of thing where you are like staining the world as you go around, so that just like the more that you kind of rage at the game and fail and fall down, which is sort of the point, you go back down, you've got these sort of like poop stains on everything. Also, I've had some of my friends playtest this, and I think to me at this point, like it feels really, really easy because I've done it so many times. But I think it's definitely there's definitely a learning curve, and I have no kind of tutorial in the game right now, which of course is going to change, but that makes it pretty difficult to pick up as well. I think it's just like you really. It takes some getting used to figure out how to actually get control over your character, which is a problem. I do have sounds for the game. They're not plugged in yet, so right now there's no audio whatsoever, so you're not missing anything on that front at this point. But there's going to be sort of like sounds related to the different memes that play when you either when like you poop enough on them or when you land on them. I want to test that out, but I want to have the idea where you're like collecting them, so you kind of like it's a side objective to bump into them as many of those as possible. You may have noticed I picked up a couple of little like coin pickup things, which don't have any animations right now, but I'm calling those dick bucks. So that's like getting shines in Mario, except not necessary. It's a total side objective, but like skill-based jump. So I've been trying to make that balance between making a route that anyone can get through. Like, like there's going to be times when you're probably going to lose some progress, but like comparing this to the design of Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, like it has that reputation for, oh man, you can always lose all of your progress, but he's actually, like, if you look at the design, he's pretty generous with the amount of safety that you get. There's actually not that many places where you're likely to fall all the way back down to the bottom unless, and it's like specifically designed in a pretty cool way that kind of merges with the theme well, where if you get really frustrated and start like spamming around with your mouse button, you're more likely to make huge mistakes that it cost you more progress. So the game is like teaching you to be patient and to be a little bit calmer in your approach. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed over, because like you can't get really spastic with it and expect any kind of results. This has none of that nuance or intelligence. It's really it's very stupid. And again, I'm not a real game designer, but I've been having a lot of fun with it so far, and it makes me laugh. So I've been balancing between making a route that I think everyone, if you really want to spend a bit of time and get through it, it shouldn't take you too long to do. But if you want to like do speed running or go for something a little bit more high skill cap, then there are some side objectives or like a much faster route that you can get if you know how to control the character a little bit better with a little bit more skill. It's an experiment. I'm not going to work on it for too much longer. I know those are like famous last words for a lot of people's projects like this, and then like a year later they're still working on their little side project that they started between things. But I do have a bit of a plan on Trello for the objectives I need to get done. I want to finish it before the next Ludum Dare, because I've never done that and I would like to. So I want to get this done and then have it out of the way and be able to jump into to Ludum Dare or Ludum Dare or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, should the poop stay on the ground for longer? Like, I can't have it stick around for too long. It's like too rolly. Like they feel too much like pebbles or something like that are coming out of your butt. Like I can't have too many of these objects being drawn on screen at the same time. I haven't done a stress test. I guess I should do that. But anyway, this is shitting over it with bidet fart pee or something like that. I don't know. I don't have a title or a title screen or anything like that. Just dropping in to give you an update on what I've been working on recently. Take care. Bye.